Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos discusses on phone with the U.S. President cooperation relations between both countries and current issues in the Middle East. The Sultanate's team of hearing impaired persons wins the third position in the Innovation Challenge competition in the United States. Around 100 million Omani Riyals is the total investment of the public establishment for industrial estates by the end of first quarter of the current year. And the Board of Directors of a Raft Fund stresses the importance of continuous support for financing projects for entrepreneurs. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a phone call from His Excellency President Donald Trump, during which they discussed aspects of close cooperation between the two friendly countries, recent developments in the Middle East, and existing endeavors to address some of the region's issues by encouraging dialogue and resolving differences by political means. The two sides also agreed that the two countries will continue their efforts to combat terrorism. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Juan Manuel Santos of Colombia on the occasion of his country's independence anniversary. Meanwhile, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a cable of thanks from His Excellency President Mamnoon Hussein of Pakistan in reply to His Majesty's cable of condolences on the victims of an oil tanker fire that took place in the middle of Pakistan. A team of hearing impaired persons from the Sultanate won the third position in the Innovation Challenge competition, which was held in the United States. The Sultanate team was represented by the twin Hamoud bin Nasser al-Saadi and Ali bin Nasser al-Saadi, who will compete with other innovations from around 165 countries. The Omani team displayed a robot that helps to find solutions to get clean drinking water. This achievement proved the innovative capabilities of the team, which qualified to be in the final stage of the competition. The team is the only team from with hearing disability who participated in this competition. About 100 million Omani Riyals is the value of investments attracted by the industrial areas of the public establishment for industrial estates in the first quarter of this year. This is what was affirmed to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television by Hilal bin Hamoud al-Ahsani, Executive Chairman of the Public Establishment for Industrial Estates. The Board of a Raft Fund stressed during its second meeting of the year on the importance of continuing the funding support for entrepreneurs who are beneficiaries of the financial support with the project of the value added in the promising sectors. The board affirmed on the importance of the permanent support and follow-up the entrepreneurs to guarantee the continuation of their projects and promote products and services. The board approved the cooperation agreements with all of Oman Housing Bank to facilitate loans for entrepreneurs, Oman Air to lower the prices of tickets and cargo, and Sandan Development Company to provide workshops with industry with special prices. The statistics show that the lending portfolio has funded 1,698 projects in all the governorates and provided 3,238 job opportunities for Omani youth. This was until the end of last May. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud al-Sinaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry and Chairman of the Al-Rafat Fund. The National Defense College concluded the activities of the Strategic Exercise Decision-Making 4 executed by the participants of the fourth round of the college. The conclusion ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Muhammad bin Saeed al-Saidi, Minister of Legal Affairs. The Decision-Making 4 exercise came in translation of the curriculum studied by the participants for 1 year at the college. It is an important component to train the participants on leadership issues and foundations of strategic, political and security analysis of various defense and security issues. A number of experts and advisors from the government ministries and authorities in the Sultanate took part in the activities of this exercise to support and assist the participants to take the suitable decisions on various strategic, security and political issues of common concern at the national level. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas officially started his visit to China today, holding bilateral talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Xi reaffirmed to Abbas China's position on the issues of Palestine and Israel, advocating a political settlement through dialogue and calling for the suspension of Israeli settlements on occupied Palestinian land. Meanwhile, a Palestinian was shot dead near the city of Hebron in the occupied West Bank today after lightly wounding 2 Israeli soldiers by his car. Israel's army said the incident took place at the entrance to the town of Beit Ainun. As wildfires rage throughout the western U.S., one California blaze in the rugged mountains outside the Yosemite National Park destroyed 8 structures and forced thousands of nearby residents to flee their homes. The fire had scorched 101 square kilometers. The blaze, burning since Sunday, was making its way to the hills on the edge of Mariposa, a town of about 2,000 people under a mandatory evacuation order. Record rain and snowfall in the mountains this winter was celebrated for bringing California's 5-year drought to its knees, but it has turned into a challenge for firefighting, battling flames feeding on dense vegetation. The Northern California blaze is threatening at least 1,500 homes, as well as power lines that provide electricity to the park. Governor Brown declared an emergency, bolstering the state's resources to battle the fire that he said has forced thousands of residents to flee and is expected to continue burning. Smoke from the fire in Mariposa County drifted more than 150 miles away to Reno. Still to come in our news bulletin. Royal Oman Police at Salalah Airport exerting all efforts to provide all facilities and services to visitors and tourists. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Her Excellency Kristi Kaljulaid, President of Estonia, visited Shabab Oman 2 ship during its participation in the Maritime Festival, which was held in the port city of Tallinn in Estonia. The visit was to view the mission and role of Shabab Oman ship in spreading peace and friendship message between the different peoples and nations of the world. Her Excellency also listened to a briefing about the ship's journey, peace and friendship sail, and its goals, on top of which came sailing training and participating in maritime festivals and international races. Scientific opportunities are offered by the Medical Simulation Center for physicians from inside and outside the Sultanate, with its more than 15 training courses in various specializations. The center, affiliated to Oman Medical Specialty Board, is a safe environment to prepare national medical cadres by using state-of-the-art simulation equipment and modern methods. It contains all departments available at public referral hospitals in the Sultanate. Since its establishment 7 years ago, many Omani doctors graduated from the center, and they are working now in various hospitals across the Sultanate. Due to the active touristic movement in the governorate of Dhofar and the inauguration of Salalah Tourism Festival, Salalah Airport is witnessing the arrival of many tourists and visitors who have come to enjoy the weather and activities associated with the Kharif season. Royal Oman Police, represented by Salalah Airport Security Police Directorate, is exerting all efforts to provide all facilities and services to visitors and tourists and facilitate procedures. To upgrade its performance, the Directorate General of Airport Security has trained police personnel working at Salalah Airport to deal with modern equipment and apparatus provided to the airport. The number of police personnel at the airport has also doubled to meet the increasing number of expected travelers during the season. The Ministry of Finance organized a training program in managing risks at Islamic banks and financing institutions targeted at specialists of Islamic banking. The two-day program aimed to introduce important developments related to the financial environment that face Islamic banks and means of containment in case of financial crises. The program discussed also responsibilities and duties of workers in the Islamic banking sector, in addition to review a number of examples of financial crises which led to collapse in some banks. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate, while seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos discusses on phone with the U.S. President cooperation relations between both countries and current issues in the Middle East. The Sultanate's team of hearing impaired persons wins the third position in the Innovation Challenge competition in the United States. Around 100 million Omani riyals is the total investment of the public establishment for industrial estates by the end of first quarter of current year. And the Board of Directors of Al-Rafid Fund stresses the importance of continuous support for financing projects for entrepreneurs. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.